What's going on YouTube? So today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Boonie hats. Boonie hats first came online around 1960s, pre-Vietnam era. This happens to be the tiger stripe Boonie. This is not vintage Vietnam. Happened to have scored this one at my friends at Hans Military Surplus in Las Vegas. So real vintage Vietnam tiger stripe Boonies are quite pricey. You can get them on eBay. I've seen them at some military surplus stores, but this video is going to be more about making a nice new Boonie hat look vintage and old, and we're going to kind of chop it up, get it dirty, throw a little bit of P cord on here, or 550 cord, parachute cord, however you want to call it, and pretty much just make it look like a vintage piece. I actually saw a YouTube video where they do this with gear from Call of Duty. So they'll take new pieces of gear and like the webbing, they'll make it look weathered, dirty. They even use fake blood for the Call of Duty videos and pieces of gear. But we're not going to use any fake blood on our hat, but we are going to get it dirty and we are going to make it look vintage instead of nice and new. So I'm going to show you guys kind of the process of how I think it should be done, and drop in the comments if you think I ruined the Boonie hat and should have kept it like this, or if you think it actually looks better. Wow. So before, there we go. Now stay tuned and we're going to go to step one of making this bad boy look a little bit more weathered. Stay tuned. So the next process in making the Boonie look weathered and a little bit more realistic as far as a used piece is we're going to find some dirt and just simply give it a nice weathering effect of the dirt. Again, this is how I saw them do particular pieces of gear that they're going to use on Call of Duty. I believe it's a Business Insider. I'm going to drop the link to it in the video. I thought it was a really cool video about how they do this with the gear, and I thought I'd give it a try. So it takes a lot of that shine off of it. You can see try not to get too much dirt on the inside of the cap. But we will wipe it down before we wear it. I'm not trying to have a bunch of dirty hair. Okay, you get the general idea. So now we're going to kind of rough it up using kind of a wire bristle brush, if you will. Just kind of giving it a quick, just run down with this. And you don't want to get too aggressive with it and put any holes in it, or maybe you do, but I don't. Get these rocks and the dirt on there. Kind of giving this webbing a little bit more of a vintage look. That's what I'm looking for, barely tearing the fabric. Again, we're going for a vintage Vietnam look here on this particular Boonie. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Maybe a little bit here. Tear that just a bit, I like it. All right, so now we're gonna remove a little bit of the brim, and I'm filming this one-handed, so I'm going to cut probably to the third stitch or so on here, and we'll be right back with you for the final result. Okay, so now what we're going to do is remove a little bit of the brim. I've already made an entry cut here. Probably going to go, we'll go to the third one here. And we're just simply going to follow the stitch line all the way around. So we'll speed it up through the cutting process here and show you guys the final result. I think it turned out pretty cool, so stay tuned. One more quick note, as I cut the brim, I noticed that there was a little bit of white fabric showing through. So I actually took a Sharpie and traced around the brim of the hat. All right, what's going on YouTube? So out here in the wild, in the jungle, and I wanted to show you guys the final reveal of the Boonie hat, the Vietnam style Boonie hat that I came up with. This is what I cut off of the hat. This is what was left. And thought it turned out pretty cool overall. Put a little bit of 550 cord on the ring of the hat to kind of give it a survivalist look, if you will. Rubbed it around in some dirt and muddy water. Let it dry off. Kind of gave it a cool shape. And then I'm going to include the photo of the actual soldier that I kind of got inspiration from on this particular Boonie. And if you're a Vietnam veteran and you're watching this, thank you so much for your service. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for tuning into my channel as well, if you're a fan of military surplus. So this particular hat, I'm going to show the before, and again, this is the after. Really kind of roughed it up pretty good with a knife, a little bit of wire brushing to kind of really give it a more of a weathered look, like it's been out in the jungle on patrol for a couple of patrols, if you will. And so I thought it turned out pretty cool. I really hope that you guys enjoy the overall result of the Boonie that I've got on. So rocking all OD green original Vietnam issue clothing. The only thing that's not really up to spec, if you will, would be the web belt. It's a little bit newer style web belt that they would not have used in Vietnam, but do have the traditional style H-harness style suspenders. And no, I don't have a full tiger stripe uniform. Those are extremely hard to come by. And the other thing is the original tiger stripe boonies that I've seen on eBay or in any kind of military surplus store are typically not for sale, and if they are, they're quite expensive. And I wanted something that I could wear, whether it's at the beach, maybe on patrol, at the range, whatever it is. So thought this turned out pretty cool. And if you like this, go see your local military surplus store, get a new Boonie hat, rough it up, give it some character, and there you go. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're going to kind of do some more how-to stuff here and there like that, and be back at you guys. So remember, please like and subscribe, and drop a comment below. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks, everybody.